This is Ineedmorcowbell, and it is August 15th, 2016. 2016. Another late one. I was going to do it yesterday, and I fell asleep, obviously. This is actually the 16th I'm recording this, but this is for yesterday. I fell asleep because I've decided to change my sleep time. I'll go to sleep about 8 o'clock in the morning and then wake up about 2, 3 p.m. And it was working great the first couple of days. I'd go to sleep, I'd wake up, I'd go to work, and then when I got off work, I'd shower, of course, because smelling like that pizza, getting that Arizona sweat off you, and then about afterwards I'd hop up on Twitch and stream, and it was working great, except for Saturday on my last couple of deliveries. I was falling asleep, my eyes are getting tired, and that is never good. Be driving around getting all sleepy. And Sunday was the same situation. Not only that, but on Sunday I was so tired that I just passed out for like 3-4 hours after I took a shower, and that's when I was supposed to stream. So Sunday was like the first day I actually missed streaming, and it's okay. What's interesting is I'm almost at 50 followers now. I'm at 48. That's pretty awesome. I never knew when I'd ever get to that number, nor did I ever think about it too much. I just assume eventually. But the thing is people like, I don't know, I'm not picking the right game maybe, or I don't really know, because I just want to play what I want to play. And currently that's Halo 5. And so that's what I stream. But I got most of my recent followers from being an illustrator, from being in Photoshop, doing design work. I was making new graphics for my channel. Put a new offline image, which I got to change again. I kept it Halo 5 style instead. Like last time it was Titanfall, so this time it's Halo 5, and it looks nice. I got my Spartan in there, and he's doing the old fisticuffs pose, and I turned him sideways so he's looking over to the left side of the screen. I put my name up there and all that various social media stuff that I guess I need to put on. And I made I made everything into like medals, the YouTube, the Twitter, my website, Snapchat, even Instagram. They're all very simple design. And then I gave them a background that looks like a medal. So, the infection medal, the splatter, just what, the little medals from Halo 5. I took a screenshot of Waypoint of medals that I've earned, and I use those as templates to redraw them and everything. And it looks real nice. It came out pretty clean looking. Obviously, it's not 100% original, but something nice. And then I made new graphics for the text underneath the the info page part, and I used I made like a little head. Well, it's not a little head, but obviously I only have a head for my Twitch channel that shows me. You don't see my torso or anything like that, because I wear a green screen suit while I do Twitch. So I made a little head for each one. I only did 4 faces. The about me, the equipment that I have for my computer and such, the games, which I didn't even think I wanted to use this time, because it didn't matter. And then also the schedule. And social icons, I think are either, I don't think they're their own thing. I mean, it just says social, and then has picture of all the little medals. So I use the medals twice. That's fine, because that's what I wanted to do. And then so it came out nice looking, and it was really cool that I got to talk with 2 or 3 people and I got a couple of follows that night too, and it was just fun. They stuck around. They talked with me all day. Oh yeah, that's right. I also used the on my nameplate that your Spartan that shows on Halo 5. It shows your Spartan, it shows your name and everything. I did a custom background for mine, and I used my Cowbell icon as the emblem, and then the number, which is usually with your Spartan rank, it's actually how many followers I have. So as time goes on, I'll update that. So I mean, it was funny because when I first made it, it was at 44, and then I had to go back later on and change it to 48 after I got offline. So that was fun. But what was I already saying? I already forgot what I was just saying. But yeah, it was nice talking to people. I got to talk to some people, and they were talking about how they were going to school, or they wanted to do this because I was doing Photoshop or Illustrator, and they wanted to learn Illustrator, or they're only good in Illustrator but they want to learn Photoshop. And it's like I'm not 100% perfect on this program, and it actually looks like my hair is purple. I didn't realize how hard it is to see. That's weird, like depending on what part of it doesn't matter. So yeah, I changed some of the info, I updated it a little bit, put my schedule. So I've been sticking to it, I stream from 12 to 4, but I might reel that back in from like maybe 12 to 2, so I can get a little more sleep in, or just something. And then if I go past 2 o'clock, that's okay. A bonus, I guess. And then what else? Oh yeah, so I'm doing that, and then I go to work, and it's just work. I go to work, and it's fine. Saturday was crazy in the sense that lady manager that is now working there, that replaced Steven, that I said I initially, I liked her being there because she followed the rules. Well, she was irritable. She was not happy on Sunday, and she was getting pissy. This one new guy, John. He came from a Domino's, and what was interesting is he was going to take a delivery, but the delivery turned into a pickup, so he couldn't take the delivery anymore. So what she did was she removed the delivery from his name, so he no longer was taking that. And then she told him to wait until everybody else goes. He was like, you're gonna follow this guy. So he was gonna take a delivery and leave, but now he has to wait for everyone else to get their deliveries and leave. And I told David, and we were talking. He's like, "No, that's not right." I was like, "Just go ahead of us." I go, "You were already ahead of us. Just go. It's no big deal." Well, she came back over and she found out about it because she's trying to dictate the delivery board as if she knows better than we do. And I don't know the area completely, but I have my phone in my hand, and as I'm looking at the board, I'll put in the addresses, and I'll find out who's closest to, I'll find out what order, the first very order up is what I'm taking, and I'll find out if there's any other deliveries close to it. That's how it always works. And she wanted to tell us better, so I didn't stand for that. I didn't let her say nothing to me. So when she said that, he's like, "You're going to give up your delivery so you can go farther away." I was like, "It's just, it's what's right. It's because he's up first. We don't need to be skipping him just because you took away his delivery because it turned into a pickup." So she was just getting mad. And then when I said that, when that's what I said. I said that to her, and she says, "I'm only talking to David," because obviously he's basically cut in front of David, but he's cut in front of all of us. And the thing is, I was like, you're gonna make your drivers mad. And then to make it even worse, John, the general manager, didn't like that we were standing around, and David was waiting for his wings at another situation earlier in the day, waiting for his delivery, waiting for all of his order to finish up. And he goes, "Well, if you go over there to sides and you finish it up, you would be out there faster instead of sitting around with your thumb up your ass." And I was already getting pissed about that. They go, you don't need to fucking talk to us like that. Of course, he's already walked away. But, so he didn't hear me. But still, it's like, nobody needs to talk to us like that. They go, we're not getting paid human wages here to make sides. The people who are getting paid minimum wage are making sides. We're getting paid half a minimum wage so we can bust our cars up just to deliver your damn pizza. And it's a weird situation. It's like I say that, and obviously I'm not happy about it, and I don't like it, and it's not fair. But I'm going to continue doing this job because it provides me with enough money to not work, 40 hours a week. So I can continue doing this side shit that I'm hoping will, obviously turn into something a little more. So I've told them several times. I've told the managers, I've told the general managers, I've told corporate managers. It's a family-owned business. I've told them that this is how Domino's does it. Okay? I've worked there. This is how Domino's does it. And if it works perfectly for them, and they're a multi-billion-dollar company, you better believe it would make it so much easier to work here. And they just don't listen. I go, look, they have this specific order in place. And you know what? It's like that at every store. Every store works this way. And what's really nice about it is an idiot can run the store. And you know what? My general manager at Domino's was a fucking moron. And the store ran great. He freaked out a couple of times here and there, but the store ran great. And at the end of the day, things were taken care of. Pizzas were delivered, in a timely manner. Whereas opposed to with this company, everything is always like an hour from when they order it. There's a lot of drivers and there's a lot of cooks and a lot of side cooks, but nothing's getting, made right. It's not really a secret, but basically the way Domino's does it is there's an order on the board. Say it's 3 pizzas and some wings, okay? Well, we got 4 cooks on the line. Say if there was 4 cooks. What happens is one guy would stretch the doughs out, one guy sauces the doughs, and then he moves and he pushes the pizza off to the next person, and that person will get the toppings. And then basically they all get toppings. All the pizzas, 2 people can get to specific toppings in one area. So it's like, I need pepperonis and sausage. And this person's like, I need pepperonis and black olives. So, one person put pepperonis and the next person, or they'll get pepperonis and put it on. It's like everybody will take care of that one order, and then bam, it's all in the oven at one time. And then they go on to the next order. Whereas with this pizza place that I'm working at, there'll be a ticket that says 4 pizzas and wings. And the wings will go off to the wing people because they have a separate fryer, which is nice. But then that one cook has to make each individual pizza himself. There is somebody who's stretching the doughs out beforehand, and then they'll put the sauce on themselves and put the cheese on, and then they have to put all the toppings on. So they're constantly moving around each other to put toppings on, as opposed to, all of them putting the toppings onto one pizza. So while this person is making 4 pizzas, then this other person's making 3 pizzas, and this other person's making 2 pizzas, and this one person's making 1 pizza. And they're all doing it together. So the pizzas in the oven are coming out shuffled in different order. And then we got as a driver, we're waiting. Say my order was, 100, okay? And then Larry's order was 102, David's order was 103, and John's order was 104. Well, obviously 101 or 100 should be coming up first, right? So I'm waiting there, and I see the order. Okay, I'll get 100, and then 102 is up also in that area. So I'll take both of those pizzas. Okay, great. Well, as I'm sitting there, Larry's order, 103, his next order comes up. Okay. And then David's order comes up 104. And then John's order now is now 105 because I was going to take 102. So their orders come up before my order finishes. And my order comes up last because whoever made the pizza first was slower than the other people, causing the deliveries to reshuffle. And now having these order numbers is completely irrelevant because it doesn't matter. They're not in order. So what happens? There could be a 5-10 minute difference in between these pizza orders. And now my order is late because of that. And what happens? The customer gets mad at me. Customer says it's my fault that the pizza was late. It's so stupid. I'm just there to deliver pizzas, but yet all I need is for the pizzas to be ready, and they can't even do that. John wasn't too busy womanizing and just being a dirty old man. It's sexual discrimination. He'll hire a new girl and he'll give her all the attention in the world, but when it comes to any of the guys, and it's not just the drivers, but just any guy in general, he won't listen to what they have to say. And I hope it bites him in the ass one day. One of the drivers there hasn't had a raise since he got there, and he's been there for 4 years. That's ridiculous. Whereas the girls, of course, get raises like yearly or whatever. So that's some horseshit right there. Speaking of silly things at work, the other day, one of the drivers, she got hired because she was a girl. Literally, that's what she got hired for. She got hired because she was a girl, and otherwise this guy's friend would not have got hired. Because he said, "Oh, can my friend get a job? She doesn't like where she's at." And he was like, "Oh, is she? Yeah, we'll hire her." So she is so small, though, that she wanted to see if she can fit in one of the pizza bags that we use to carry the pizzas in to keep them warm. And there's two different kinds. There's one that just carries like 2 or 3 pizzas, maybe 4 pizzas, or some 2 pizzas and some wings. And she like the bottom half of her fit in there. But then there's these other bags that we use to carry like 8 or 9 boxes of pizzas at a time, and she fit in there perfectly. And the driver, the other guy, her friend, zipped it up, and then he picked it up and he carried her to the back of the kitchen and to the dishwash area, which was hilarious. So that was a good laugh. Good laugh in a dumb work environment. It's probably not the best time to be changing the battery in my phone. This is one of the best features right here. This feature has made it worth it. My phone died, so what do? Just switch out the battery, 100% now. Let the other battery charge up. No big deal. Oh, man. But yeah, I've been sticking with the Twitch and, trying to set up my sleep schedule to work properly. Like I said, I go to sleep at 8, and right now it's 3:40 in the morning. I should be streaming, but I was working on graphics, and I'm trying to figure out how to get a current song to show up, and I kind of got it, but it looks like I need to use Firefox to do it, and I swear I thought there was a method for using Last.fm, but it doesn't seem like it. I'm going to keep looking through the resources, see if I can find it. I want to make a little Winamp skin for it, so I can have something nice, because I like the view meters that you can create. You can create your own custom little view meter. So I'm going to do that, and then for the music, obviously. Not sure what it is. Maybe just do something simple with my little Cowbell avatar and have the headphones bumping or whatever. Needed to make a generic layout for the HUD so I could use that for a new game that I'm going to play. And if I like to play it, I'll make a HUD specifically for it, So I was doing that. And then yesterday I started going back to the gym. I haven't mentioned this at all when I first started doing the podcast. But I figured when I went today, I figured I should start talking about it. Back in January, I just felt gross. I felt sluggish. I felt heavy, and I didn't like it. I didn't like feeling that heavy, and I weighed, I think, 230 pounds. Now I'm 6 feet tall, 182 centimeters, whatever, and what's funny is I'm not really visibly fat. My bones are very dense. My rib cage is very large, so it hides any real stomach, and that's kind of funny. But I can feel it. It was like, I guess, like my blood, and I know it was my blood because a few years back I got my blood tested and they said my triglycerides are through the roof, and basically my blood was fat. so I carry it in a different manner, different way. So I started going to the gym in January, and I joined this specific one. I don't want to do like those standard ones that had all those machines lined up and the weight sections. I don't know. I looked at some reviews and nobody seemed happy with it. So I went to this other one, and this other one was kind of like a boxing gym. It has a ring right there when you walk in the door, and it has rows of punching bags because they have classes for boxing and kickboxing and I don't know, something else that I don't do. But then they had like a small weight section, free weight section, and machines and stuff like that, and a little MMA ring also. So it's a lot more pricier than the other ones are, but I went to there because smaller classes, and I basically wanted somebody just to tell me what to do. You try over and over again to exercise, and it didn't work for me. I even have a bench here at home, and I have a treadmill too, but I can't run on the treadmill because I'm so damn heavy. So at a certain speed, when I step on it, the freaking tread actually goes forward, so I have to catch myself. Otherwise, I'm gonna fall. So I can't really do treadmills that well. And so I went to this class, and I signed up on a Friday, to enjoy the weekend, of course. And then I started on Monday, and it was great. I went to my first class, and I met some really nice people. I go in the morning, obviously when there's less of people, but I'm sure the other class would be. I think I go in the morning just because it's cooler. I don't really care about how many people there are or deal with, because we're all there for the same reason, because we don't want to be fat. And it was great. First month I was having a great time. I was really moving and exercising, and I felt great. I still weighed the same amount. I was like 225, I think. Maybe I lost 5 pounds or something, but I felt great. I felt it was easier for me to move. I felt lighter, and it was awesome. And then in like February, I hurt my shoulder. I asked him. It was funny because it was perfectly fine until I asked the boxer, the instructor, like, what is a proper way to throw a punch? And he told me, so I did it, and I heard a pop in my left shoulder. And of course, like an idiot, I didn't go to the doctor. So I stopped going for like a whole month. And I don't know. Then I went back, and then I started doing it again, and then after that one, like I was going every day, January to February, and then after that first month, it was harder for me to go back each morning, and then especially with when my grandmother got ill and all that, I didn't go for like a month and a half. So yesterday was the first time I went back since May, and that's too bad. or January or July, but that's really bad. Which is actually when I almost started doing this podcast, right? I started doing this in May, so I might have not even been going. But yesterday was my first day back, and it was a lot of work, at the end, before I stopped going again, I when I went back, I started just doing weightlifting, and I started doing the machines more, and not really going through the classes. I wanted to work on my strength instead of my cardio. But right now I'm going to go back and work on my cardio. My shoulder's been a lot better. I don't think I mentioned this in San Diego because it was related to the gym. But when I went there and I was eating in the breakfast and everything, I took a real good long nice stretch, and then I kind of twisted my shoulder, my left arm, and I went but inside. I don't want to scare anybody, and and it hurt. It really hurt, and that was great. And what was funny is I didn't even think about it. Like shortly after that, I did not think that when I did that, the pain stopped. I always felt like my shoulder was just kind of like there, but it wasn't like supported properly, and it was kind of hanging, But now it feels almost normal, so that's great. So when I went to class yesterday, it was a little pain here or there, but it was nothing like in the past. So my shoulder's a lot better now, and yeah. So I don't really have a goal weight-wise. I think the lowest I've ever been at my size is 180, which is really ridiculous. Actually, I think I was 5'10", maybe 5'9" when I was 180. That was the last time I really remember being lighter or skinnier. And I was working at Macy's unloading trailers, in the middle of the summer. So it was a lot. I was sweating a lot. I think that was like my peak physical form right there. My 100%, strength was right there. Not really, not my 100%, but like say currently my like 50% energy and strength would be like my 10%, my 20% maybe. Back then, I was in such a better condition because I was, so physically active, unloading trailers, sometimes 15 hours at a time, and then obviously very sedentary lifestyle. But yeah, this like I've changed my desk to a standing desk, which I've commented before in the past, where it was just horrible pain. Just I could not last very long, but the first week I was doing Twitch, last week, I've been doing it, 4 hours, 5 hours at a time now, and the last time when I did my graphics, I was standing for like nearly 6 hours, and I was perfectly fine. I mean, sure, my feet get a little tired, but it was awesome. I like standing at my desk too. I get more free movement. So when I'm pissed, playing my game, I could just kind of like walk back or be like, "Oh, jeez," and then I punch the microphone. That wasn't supposed to happen, but yeah, the standing instead of sitting has been a lot better, and then going to the gym is it's going to be an effort to do. I got to make sure I stick to this. I don't want to... I may miss Twitch here or there, but I do not want to miss gym because I am starting to get a stomach. And I don't know if it's actually because I'm standing. It's kind of weird to think about it. But I want to get rid of this. I'd like to get stronger. I'd like to get thinner. The general stuff, but more importantly, I just like to feel better. Because even if I could just feel lighter, I'd be happy. I don't believe my pant sizes will shrink anymore, and I'm gonna always wear a 2X because of my shoulders and my rib cage. I don't need to wear small clothes I don't care. I got a big head. I got a big rib cage. And I stand a lot. That's pretty much it. I think that's it for this week. It was a short. I knew it was going to be short. I got the basics there. Streaming Twitch. I got some followers. I'm really enjoying it. I like when I get to talk to people. I get more interactions if I do, creative stuff instead of playing games. But then again, I'm only playing Halo. So, I don't know. Maybe if I play like a more obscure game or something. So we'll see. And I don't like my graphics. I don't like the artwork I always seem to create. And it's funny. It's funny because I don't like the artwork I create. But if I try to copy somebody else's style, I don't like the way that looks with my stuff. With what I'm doing. So I got to figure out like some kind of middle ground here. So that's gonna be interesting. And it's funny too. It's like if nobody likes it, if I don't like it, then but somebody else might. That's it. Something stupid that's been happening also was I'm trying to record a clip and then Xbox says I can't upload the clip because my online storage is full, which is weird because I thought it used to do, just auto erase it. But whatever. Here we go. Somebody in the company asked me when I was going to do another montage for the company, a third one. And I've been thinking about it now. I didn't think there was any interest because I got very little feedback. And what's funny is the feedback that I did get, the majority of it, was people just commenting on their own clip, Like I did a lot of damn work for that thing, I forged a stage to introduce it for the intro. I did all this. I did this carousel thing where everybody's around the blazing cowbell that's spinning that I made in 3D, and I did a lot of damn work and nobody gave me any feedback on it at all. One person did, and I really appreciate it, but there is 99 other sons of bitches in that company. I'm 98. Can't count myself because I was happy with it. But if I want to just be happy with it, I just make my own damn montages, which I should be doing, right? So, yeah, I've been thinking about it ever since he asked for it, and I might do another one. We'll see. 33 minutes, 40 seconds, but I'm going to chop off the beginning because every time I push the start button, it makes a loud ass noise. I don't understand that. It makes that loud ass noise and it still records it. So I think the noise is it's the noise when you push and release the key. So whatever. Oh man. Oh, did I mention I got this thermometer? It's 90 degrees in my room right now. I think I mentioned it last week. Just look at me babbling all over the place here. I'm done. I'm going to save this, upload it, smush it together with the video me and Sandman playing earlier today, which was some nice SWAT. We got a firefight in there and some Warzone. I think I played the Warzone by myself though. But yeah, I was pretty happy. Alright. Have a good night. Good morning. Start of the week. It's 4 a.m. here on a Tuesday. I'll talk to you guys next week.
Lost a friendly.
Grenade!
Enemy captured the East
Taking
Armory.
damage. That's a headshot.
Wreck confirmed.
Cut down a friendly. Hostile tank killed a teammate. Scorpion's got her lock on me.
East Armory captured. Level 8 wrecks available. Wreck confirmed. Wreck confirmed. Incoming Prometheans at the grotto. Incoming Prometheans at the loading bay. Night Dignitary at the loading bay.
Fill you full of needles!
Night Dignitary at the grotto.
Robo grenade! Hyper attack!
We're halfway to victory. Level 9 wrecks available.
Headshot. Red cover. Spark down.
Wreck confirmed. Night Dignitary.
Nade out! I'm in! They took a friendly out. We got Spartans here.
Wreck confirmed. Wreck confirmed. Teammates eliminated the Night Dignitary.
Hostile fire.
Wreck confirmed. Wreck confirmed.
Get some damn Marine. A shield test. Scorpion almost dropped me. Grenade.
We're nearing victory. Wreck confirmed.
Kneel
Spartan. That's a victory.